Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on collaborative G.I. Joe All-Striker Bumblebee and his partner Sergeant Stalker. Now, I know these G.I. Joe collaborative figures are not really that well received, or at least the Megatron wasn't. I'm not sure about this guy. But, well, these guys have sort of become a guilty pleasure for me. I mean, they literally transform into G.I. Joe vehicles. I mean, if I put this guy next to an actual All-Striker toy, I'm pretty sure they would be almost, if not the exact same size. So, yeah. Not to mention, this is pretty much a full-on recreation of the original Stalker figure, so... But, well... Taking a look at the box. The box is actually another thing I love about this, because, well... I mean, for one, it's huge. But if you didn't see my Megatron / Baroness review, these G.I. Joe collaborative boxes are basically I guess, amalgamation between the G1 style boxes and the G.I. Joe figure boxes. So on this side, we've got Bumblebee. Of course, now it's transforming into an All-Striker. Of course, we've got his name right there. Got the original Hasbro logo, which is a really nice touch, because this is meant to homage the G1 style of box. And on this side, we've got the G.I. Joe side, which is just the All-Striker. And we've got a picture of Stalker. We've got his full name, which is Lonzo Wilkinson. So, yeah. This side, we've got Bumblebee in both modes. And on this side, we've got just the All-Striker and Stalker. The back, got this side, which is the All-Striker. You can see that Stalker can mount the gun here, or he can just drive it. And on this side, we got Bumblebee. And once again, Stalker can mount the gun in Bumblebee's robot mode. This is part of the collaborative line. And well, to get these guys out, what you have to do is actually split these. And that actually reveals a cardboard box inside. Not too dissimilar to the Select style box. So now we have the actual modern Hasbro logo. Got G.I. Joe and the Auto insignia. The back got some, I guess, classified documents, and it mentions, I guess, foreshadows something, because it mentions the enemy, which is Cobra, and some other hostile agents in disguise, if you will. And if you know the next release, which is, well, let's just say he's superior, that might not even be Cobra. So, yeah. We even get both their catchphrases, which is really nice. And I kind of like how they foreshadow what the next figure is going to be. Because they did that with the hairstyle Megatron, because that foreshadowed Bumblebee. So, yeah. Also inside, we got a recreation of the original Stalker card back, which is, again, really nice. So, if you... And yes, you actually do have to cut him out of this, and I kind of botched that, as you can see, but still, he's literally packaged on a recreation of the original card back, which is really nice. The card back is, I mean, like, this is some really nice cardboard here, and, well, the artwork is really nice. again, we got his full name, Alonzo Wilkinson. Of course, Stalker is just a code name. Original Hasbro logo. The back, again, we got the All-Striker to symbolize what a release of Stalker this is. And we got the file card in multiple languages. So if you want to read that, then there you go. He's actually from Detroit. So there you go. And once again, I'm just going to hang this on my wall with the Baroness's card back. So, looking at the actual All-Striker here. Well, at first glance, you can't really tell that this is Bumblebee. Because, of course, we know that Bumblebee's normally a yellow... well, I was going to say sports car, but that's more the movies. We normally know Bumblebee as a yellow car of some sort, whereas this is a military green, I guess, a military Jeep. Or attack buggy, actually. And in fact, this sort of looks more like a certain other Autobot. So, yeah. I feel this would have worked better as Beachcomber, actually, because... you know, but, I mean, I can sort of see why they made it Bumblebee. Like, because we got Megatron, this is Bumblebee, the next one is Soundwave. They're going for recognizable characters, but seeing how the next one is rumored to be Cup, I guess they're throwing that out the window, so I don't know, but... I guess they went with Bumblebee just so it's a recognizable character. But, yeah, part of me wishes that this was Beachcomber, just so it's the same vehicle mode. Also, talking about characters that don't really match, he's packed with Sergeant Stalker, whereas the original All-Striker was driven by Crankcase. No, not that Crankcase. But yeah, like the original vehicle was driven by Crankcase. Of course, not the Transformers character. But still, I kind of wish that they packed a reissue of the G.I. Joe Crankcase with this guy. But I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to confuse people with the Transformers character. They didn't have the mold. I don't know. Maybe Stalker was just more recognizable. Because like this is one of the original characters from the first year of G.I. Joe. So I guess it makes sense. So, got two recognizable characters from both toy lines, so I guess it makes sense. But well, finally getting to the details for everyone who hasn't clicked off, and if you haven't clicked off, I thank you so much. But yeah, looking at the details, well, this is meant to be a recreation of the All-Striker, so it's got all the details from that. So we got a big military star, of course, US, which, me being from Scotland, I don't really know much about the US military. But it does say All-Striker right there. Got these little bits here with, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be like plating there, but there is a foot peg if you want to stand a figure. We've got these I guess, antenna, which are separate from the box. You have to attach them on. In fact, this whole roll cage here is separate from the box. The back, we got the only hint that this actually is Bumblebee, because this chest is yellow. Got the Autobot insignia right there. Got the star right there. Got another foot peg right there. I guess that's going to be like the fuel ports, because we got this sign right here. So This would be where it takes fuel. Got the G.I. Joe insignia right there. Another foot port. The product code. Well, ignoring that, I've got a US flag right there. Got the arms just visible right there, and seeing how they're yellow, they do kind of stick out. Got a gun right there by the passenger seat, and the steering wheel, which does actually move. And the underneath, where, well, pretty much see how this transforms. It's basically like Siege Mirage in the sense that it's two halves attached on by a stick. So, yeah. But, well, as we can see, he's got some really big tires, so, as we expected, he rolls really well. Like, this guy rolls extremely well. Although, yeah, these tires are plastic, but seeing how these are quite really big wheels, I can sort of forgive that. Because this guy can still roll really well. I can roll him across the entirety of the desk. So that's pretty much it for the vehicle. Let's move on to talk about Sergeant Stalker. And, well, this is just a full-on recreation of the original figure. So looking at him, well, I think he looks really nice. Yeah. There's not really much to say because there's other people who have reviewed this figure, so. But I do really like the details, like, well, if I move the gun out the way. Skull. I'm pretty sure there's like kind of tear gas right there. Pretty sure there's a knife. The original Hasbro logo on his, I guess, belt. So, yeah. Also, for this guy's articulation, well, it's pretty much like most of the, I guess, 1983 figures. So his head can move. I think it's about that far. The arms can move. He can T-pose. He's got an elbow. Bicep rotation, which was added like a year in. He's got an O-ring in there, so he can waist swivel. He can arc his back and do an ab crunch. Just, yeah, be careful because that is rubber in there. Moving from the stand, he can kick forward. He can not really kick back that far, but he has got knees. And that's pretty much it. And I have heard that the original figures from back in the 80s are kind of fragile, so yeah. I'm just removing the gun. Oh, just trying to be careful. I don't want to break either the gun's handle or his thumb. Again, the gun looks really nice. I'm not a gun expert, so I don't know what kind of gun this is, but yeah, this looks really nice. And I guess while we're at it, for the other accessory, we've got this cannon. And that just goes on top of Bumblebee. It does move a lot, so it can be kind of tricky to get this on, because this does wobble quite a bit, so getting this on can be kind of a chore. There we go. So now he's all armed and ready to fight some Decepticon Cobra vehicles. I don't know, the only ones that we have right now are Megatron and Soundwave. But with this foot peg here, we can just get Stalker standing here. Well, if we get his arms out. And of course I'm doing this on camera, so it's not going to work. So yeah, he can stand on that, although the foot peg is like right at the back there, so his toe kind of sticks out, makes it really awkward. But he can man the turret there. And can this take a blast effect? No, it cannot. Well, if you don't want Stalker manning the turret up here, well, he can also drive the vehicle, because, I mean, Crankcase seems to be missing it in action, so someone has to drive this. So if we just get him into a seating position, we can just try and get him seated in here, which once again, easier said than done. Especially because he seems to be wanting to stick his feet out. There we go. So you can just get him seated in here. Put the steering wheel in there. And, well, he can drive the vehicle. Can't really reach the steering wheel, but hey, that's what imagination's for. So, yeah. And, well, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. Overall, I quite like it. I mean, sure, it doesn't have all the functions that the original did, because the original had, like, steering. Like, if you moved one wheel, the other wheel moved, but, well, they sacrificed that for the transformation, so this makes sense. And I kind of wish that this worked a bit better for sending a figure on for manning the turret, but still, I think that this looks really nice in vehicle mode. So, what about robot mode? So, to start off, I'm just going to push this up, push up the steering wheel and this passenger seat gun, then unplug the roll cage. So it unplugs from here, and these little bits will unplug from here. And these swing out. Also, the arms are meant to plug in, and they just sort of unplug themselves. The chairs also unplug from the back here. And, well, you pretty much just move the entirety of the legs out. So you can see what I mean when I say that this is two halves on a freaking armature here. But let's do the legs first. So straighten up the knees here. Take these bits, fold them in. Then just move them up on this hinge. Then The seats will become his feet. And that's his legs all done. Now for this. Well, this will pretty much unhinge like so. These wheels will come out. These will accordion up and these will become his shoulders. And all this will just accordion down and go into place if you're lucky. And just sort out the backpack, which is actually, this is easier to do off camera, so that's just what I'm going to do. So just split the legs, get them straightened out. Move up the antenna. And here we have Bumblebee in robot mode. And compared to Megatron, that is a much easier transformation, because with Megatron, well, for one, he's much taller. He's like Commander class size. This is just Leader class size. But with Megatron, like, there's bits that just refuse to tab in. Like, he had a whole bit that came off to form some random shield. Yeah, it was kind of a mess, but with this, like, I find this to be much easier, so, yeah. But that doesn't excuse it from, Now, to be fair, this does come detached in the box, but still, this does get in the way if you prefer to leave it attached, because, well, he's meant to have these little wing pieces. Like, that's how they show it in the box art. So, his silhouette is meant to have these. But yeah, if you want, you can leave this detached. But yeah, this does definitely get in the way. Well, if we look at the head, well, that's definitely Bumblebee's head. And you can see, there seems to be light piping intended, but I can't get it to work, so that definitely sucks. Also, as you can see, even though this is meant to be Bumblebee, not really that much yellow on him. The only bits I can see are on his head, chest, bits of the shoulder, the forearms, and his, the crotch. Those are the only bits of yellow. The rest's all military green, which is just a remnant of his vehicle mode. So, yeah, this is a case of the character was just sort of chosen at random, and once again, I feel like they should have more went with Beachcomber, because, again, the transformation is similar to Beachcomber. Like, the front of the vehicle flips out. You can see that the wheels are in similar places. I feel this should have more be Beachcomber than Bumblebee. I can't think of any other G.I. Joe vehicle that Bumblebee could have been, but I just feel this should have been Beachcomber. Yeah, it still would have been military green, but hey, Beachcomber was green in Generation 2, right? So, but yeah, because of this, this more makes me think of that one scene in The Last Night, and as a result, that one figure in Studio Series, where like Bumblebee was all military green. Ugh. At least with the Thunder Machine Soundwave, that's a perfect choice, because that was already Soundwave colors. But yeah, like putting him with Stalker, well, I still think that these two sort of go well together because, you know, they're both recognizable characters, so... And yeah, if you want, you can put Stalker up on here. I don't know if you just want a ride from a Bumblebee. But the important thing is, we can take the gun and just mount it up on the shoulder. Which again, with this loose ports, this is really hard to do. There we go. So, we can give Bumblebee a shoulder cannon. And this is just come untabbed. So, we can give Bumblebee a shoulder cannon. And then what we can do is we can take Stalker. And we can just plop him on top. Which, once again, seeing how the foot peg seems to be kind of awkward on this guy. Now, that is actually a huge pain to try and get him standing. Because, like... seriously, that foot peg does not want to cooperate. Hence why I have him standing like he's holding on for dear life. But it can be done at the cost of the backpack not staying on. So, yeah. So if you want to do this, then you can, but yeah, the foot pegs don't really want to cooperate that well. And I think that there might be another gripe. Like, if this peg was maybe, if this platform was like extended a bit further back, then he would be able to stand a bit better because, well, as you can see, the hole here is right at the back of his foot, but if I try to stand him, his toes sort of get in the way. Not to mention, he wants to just always do the split when I try to stand him on there, so... I'm not sure if it's because... Well, I'm not sure if it's exclusive to this release, or if like, the original figure also did that when I was sending it on a foot peg, but... Yeah... But well, for Bumblebee's articulation, well, his head can go side to side. The arm can move if you move the wing out of the way. Yeah, it does get in the way of. Well, if you don't move the wheel, then the arm can move. You can T-pose. It's got waist articulation, elbows, bicep rotation. The wrist can move. You can kick forward. Can't really kick back that far because of the roll cage. It's got knees, swivel there. You can do the splits, and not really anything at the feet. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. So, complaints with these two? Well, the transformation is way easier than Megatron's, but it still is a bit fiddly, mainly trying to get everything tabbed in when going back into All Striker mode. I also find that bits tend to clash with each other. Mainly this roll cage, which, if that bothers you, you can remove it. Because this does come separately attached in the box, but still. I also find the foot pegs do not really behave that well, because say you want to have Stalker standing on Bumblebee's back, manning this turret, it's really tricky to do, and I almost gave up trying to show it off. So, yeah. I'm not sure if it's just due to the mold degradation on this, because I'm not sure if this is a reissue or a recreated mold. But, yeah, it's still really irritating. Also, yeah, I wish this was Beachcomber and not Bumblebee. Just because the only bits of yellow are the arms, the chest, and the head. I mean, again, just look. Same transformation. This should have been Beachcomber, let's be honest. But, well, do I recommend this? I mean, if you're a fan of this concept like I am, and if you love the vehicle mode, then sure, because, let's be honest, the vehicle mode is the best part. And the fact that you get a reissue of an original G.I. Joe figure is quite a novel concept too. It's just, the robot modes can be kind of cluttered. But, as I said, these are kind of a guilty pleasure. I do love the fact that they recreated an original G.I. Joe vehicle. And especially with that rumored Triple T Sergeant Slaughter Cup that seems to be coming out sometime next year. I admittedly do hope that they continue this just to see what other G.I. Joe vehicles they turn other characters into, like, I don't know. Like, do what the mobile game did and turn Skywarp into a Night Raven, or Jetfire into a Sky Striker or something. So yeah, like, these guys are kind of weird, and I can see why people don't like them, but this is kind of a guilty pleasure, so if you like this toy line, then yeah, I do recommend it, but again, I'd say maybe just display them in vehicle mode or something, or just keep them as display pieces like I do. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Sergeant Slaughter and Bumblebee as an All Striker. And this is Charlie Young signing off.